little circles down through here in that same pattern. And then little circles down here. And I like to do that 3 or 4 times, and then I'll kind of make sure I do an extra face one just here, and I find that's enough to do before blush. Now I like to spread my blush in a little bit with this same pattern. I'm just kind of going through here again, like this, and then I'll kind of do this triangle again. One last little time. Sorry, I can't pick a girl voice because I like never use my girl voice. Anyways, this is hands down my favorite part. I have no clue why. I like to wait until I can use the brush to do this, to do most of this. Yeah, softens things up a little bit, I think, the brush. The big issue I've had in the past was like not having the same amount of blush, so I just look at the tip of the brush and that helps. And then a lot of people will cheat across their nose. The idea here is to kind of do like a lowercase w, so you get those soft curvy lines. And on my nose, I have to do a little bit of this. But yeah. And for a while, all I was doing was like the apples of my cheeks and or a little bit on the nose, or maybe even doing this. But recently I've been told to make sure it's like not clashing with the rest of your face by making sure it's all over your face. I've been doing a little bit too much, but at first it looked really good when I could keep it under control. They say less is more with blush, but a lot of people pull off a lot of blush, so no problem. And yeah, I'm really jealous of people who can do that. It's funny because like my face is naturally very red, so I don't know why it looks so weird on me. If you're going for a more natural look, it would make more sense for it to, you know, be more red on me. It's always these super pale girls that looks good on, I found. Just doing little touches of blush up here and elsewhere on my face because I find that helps with spreading it out, like getting it in multiple places before you start to spread. And I've got too much on my brush here, so what I might do is lightly touch this side and then kind of use the rest over here. I'll go ahead and start blending. And then I'll do that same pattern. I'm just blending in circles and trying to act like I'm moving from the inside to the outside and back to the inside of the circle that is my face. And just following the same patterns as before, where I start here in a circle and here, and then work down through here, kind of going straight down, and then a triangle around the Adam's apple, and this is the last part that I haven't done here yet. Kind of blending from the nose into the eyes. And yeah, I find that's normally enough blending between the highlighter and contour blending and the blush blending on top of that. Alright, the next step is a bit of a toss-up. I like to either do a little bit of a highlighter here, kind of trying to keep a curved look to it, which is going to bring the eyes in, I think, which is a more feminine look. Or I'll go ahead and do my eyeshadow, and then I'll do the highlighter. This is another one where I think they say less is more. So this is about the amount I use on my lower eye. And I'll go ahead and show you guys that. I go for a smoky look, so I'll do a line and then kind of rub that in, and I'll flip it this way and kind of rub what's left over in, and that'll give me a lighter shade further away from the eye. And still just trying to keep like a curved look. Everything you kind of want like curved in facial feminization makeup. And they also say bigger eyes are more feminine. So I'm just gonna kind of go a little bit further in kind of big circles around my eye. And I find that helps a little bit too. So I went with the eyeshadow first before the highlighter. Now I'm going to do the highlighter. I've got a separate lighter color because I'm going to get a little bit of red from the eyeshadow in it. So I just like to keep that separate. I have a separate little tool. I think this is a smudger for applying the highlighter. It's my white and red highlighter tool. Sorry, sometimes my voice goes out when I'm trying to like go higher with it. It's easy to overdo this one, so try not to. Remember to have fun and just play with it. You'll figure it out. Just following that crease naturally, because I think there's a little bit of curvature there naturally. And then just trying to make this curve. Everyone's eyes are different. So you might find that you have to do some of the curves yourself, or that the curves are already there. And I think the idea here is to have a little bit more of the lighter color here and have it fade as it goes further away from the inside of the eye, or whatever this little guy is. The next step is going to be applying eyeliner. They say to get it as close to your eye as possible, like further up this way or lower down this way. I can't do that super well, and I've gotten really bad at doing the curves, but that's the idea, is to follow the curve or make it look a little bit more curvy, and to kind of keep it close to the eye. Someone told me on the waterline, which is like that I just exposed more. That got in my eye. Getting it closer to my eye gets it in my eye. It stings. I hate it. I wouldn't recommend it, but some say beauty is pain. I don't think it's worth it. Anyways. I'm just kind of following that line out for wings. Wings make it look more feminine. I've heard to do kind of like wings in here and do the full eye for more feminine. I do thicker lines, so I think it ends up making things look a little bit more masculine. Not sure what that is, because it's supposed to make your eyelashes look bigger doing this, but a lot of people also say do like half the eye or like 2/3 of the eye over to the outer wing, and I've had a lot of success on that, so that's what I'll be doing today. This helps tremendously for me. Having my eye closed, I can't always remember to do it. You would think it would be like flatter more naturally instead of curved, but it helps with the curves a lot. Not sure what that is. I'm just trying to match the wing shape right now. Looking at my other eye, trying to match that shape. It's really easy to overdo this stuff. So just be careful.